Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Nikki. I am a homeschool mom to an only child in the 2nd grade. Today I am in collaboration with Davene over at the Calm and the Chaos and Shauna at Homegrown Homeschool. We are going to talk to you guys about curriculum that we would not buy again. There will be a playlist linked down below of a bunch of other mamas who are participating. So please go check that out and check out Davene and Shauna's channels as well. If that is something that interests you, then keep on watching. All right. So big thanks again to Davene over at Calm and the Chaos and Shauna over at Homegrown Homeschool. And let's just get started. So this one was a tricky one for me, and one I actually don't have on me, but I will insert pictures when it's needed. But first things first, this year that I could tell you right off the bat that we have tried and it is absolutely not working for us, and that is the Evan Moore geography, specifically the skill sharpeners. So I love Evan Moore. I'm just gonna say that. I think that his workbooks are great. This one is great. I don't like how it's laid out. So it is color coded into like themes, I guess you could say. So this is places and regions. This is the world in spatial terms. This is physical systems, human systems, the uses of geography. That's all great, but I have a really hard time pacing out this book. The content, like I said, is pretty solid. It's more of a scheduling issue than anything. And I'm having a really hard time going, what is how much should I have her do? Where should I stop it? And like things like that. So because of that, and because of the fact that I have to think about it, and she didn't enjoy this too much on her own, and this was really meant to be an on her own thing. So again, nothing really against Evan Moore and this curriculum book. It's just not for our family. That's all I'll say about that. So next we have More Than Words with with Rebecca Spooner. This is a master book. More Than Words, faith curriculum. So I don't know why I felt the pressure to be a Christian homeschooler when we are a Christian family, but we're not, let's just say we're not like churchgoers. We're not deep into our Christian faith. My daughter is baptized, and we do believe in God. But I went to Catholic school for majority of my life, from preschool to 8th grade. And it's not that I have anything against religion. It's not something that's prevalent in our home. My husband, I would say, is a little bit more religious than I am. I lost my dad when I was 12 years old, so I have a really hard time with religion. And I do believe there's a heaven and a hell, and, you know, I believe in all of it. I just don't know that I can be this in tuned in this book with my kid. I feel like I almost have to go down this path first before I can teach it to her. So this is nothing about the curriculum. It is more a me thing. It was very hard for me to describe some of the things, and I don't even think we own a Bible. We do own a children's Bible that she got when she was baptized, but otherwise, like, we don't own a Bible. And I know that's really embarrassing for me to admit out loud, but I want to learn more about the Bible. I just don't think this was our starting place. I love the different activities. I loved that it's day 1, day 2, and it's really laid out for you. And there's drawing options. There's scripture copy work. There's some pictures. I don't diss the curriculum itself. I didn't want to have to pull out a Bible and read scripture when my kid doesn't even know anything about that yet. So I just feel like this wasn't a good starting point for us. I will be doing a whole video explaining that here in the future of what we are going to do to start and where we're going to start, but this was not it. So it wasn't that this was bad. I'm honestly not a fan of master books in general. Everything that we have tried through them just hasn't quite worked for us in our home. So I probably won't come back to this book, even though it's very nice and I don't feel there's anything wrong with it. I just think we have a different approach in our homeschool. On to the next. So, Horizons. I know, don't come at me. I know I've talked about Horizons in the past. Here's the thing. My daughter, excuse me, I'm like, I don't know, there's like a lot of phlegm. Anyway, and I'm holding a kindergarten book because it's literally the last version that I own. But this is a very advanced curriculum. My daughter is not advanced in math. In fact, advance is more of our struggle suit. So last year, there's 2 books for this level, and this was the kindergarten level, and I was using this level to pair up with her 1st grade level in The Good and the Beautiful as like supplemental. And even at that, there were definitely things that were taught and brought up in this book that we hadn't even learned yet in The Good and the Beautiful. So this was very to the point workbook style. Now, I didn't do enough research to know if like these lessons have actual parent teacher guided lessons, like actual words to show them how to do it. I don't know if there's a separate book for that I just didn't buy, but it is very much, this is lesson 102, and that's it. So when my daughter was struggling with something, I didn't know how to help her. So to give you an example of how advanced it is, they're doing 94 plus 3 in the kindergarten level book. So I'm actually going to use this because they're finally getting into this in the 2nd level for The Good and the Beautiful. I'm going to use this to use the book up, but I will not be repurchasing. Lastly that I have for you here today, I thought I had one more thing, but I'm just going to get this one out of the way. So I hyped this up. I did videos on it. I said we were loving it. We were. But there's just so much work to do on my end. And honestly, that's just, it's just the game changer for me. I will be willing to try out The Good and the Beautiful's other science units that are the new version. Excuse me, that are new versions. I have a 2nd grader. Some of this is way over her head. I think the broadened range of K through 8 is slightly a very large range, but a lot of this was way over her head, and it wasn't exciting anymore, and I just nixed it. I do believe that the new one, the little hearts and hands, it is K through 2, and we have been doing that one and enjoying it much better because they're shorter and easier for, I would say, her age level to really comprehend. So this, it's a lot of work. Like, you see my folder, right? Like, this doesn't include all the things I had to cut. And just, there's so much. It's a lot, and I don't have the patience or the time to deal with a unit study like that when we are not just solely unit study family. Like, we do our curriculum, math and reading and other curriculums before we even do our fun. And so by then we were kind of worn out and done, because this is a lot and I didn't want to just do it once a week. So won't be doing the old ones, but I'm curious to see how the new units are going for everybody. So if you're doing a new unit, please leave it down in the comments and let me know how the new science curriculum units from The Good and the Beautiful are working out for you. Lastly, I have an update coming up soon. We are making some changes to our curriculum again. I know I just did a quarter one, week one update, but things are still changing. So keep watching. If you haven't subscribed, hit that button down below, and that is a free way to help support my channel. And like, comment, let me know what you wouldn't buy again. Please go ahead and check out that playlist down below with all the other mamas who will be telling you about their curriculum and why they're not choosing that again. And please go check out Davene and Shauna's channels. And that is it, my friends. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.